Let's try this example. Write an equation of a parabola with vertex -1, 4 and focus -1, 2. So vertex -1, 4, the vertex is here, and let me just label that as V for vertex, and then the focus is at -1, 2. So that is here, so that is our focus. So knowing this is our focus, the pink dot, then we know our vertex and our parabola open up towards that focus. We know it starts there. Now we know that it opens up down, therefore, we know that we're using y equals 1 over 4 times p times x minus h squared plus k. Our vertex hk is here, so we need to figure out what p is. Now you could try to figure that out by saying, plugging in the formula and so forth, but we can just count. This is 1, 2, and because it's going down, that p is actually -2. We could also look at it as if we know our focus is this, we know this is h times k plus p, and so we know, again, we already know that h is -1, k plus p would equal 2. And then we know that k is 4, so 4 plus p equals 2, subtracted by 4. So therefore we know that p equals -2. So it's either way, however you want to find it. You can just count to figure out which way it is. It's negative because the parabola is open down. It would be positive, p would be positive, it's pointed up. And then to the right, it would be positive if it opened to the right. It would be a positive p, and then if it opened to the left, it would be a negative p. All right, so now that we have this information, we can plug it in. Y equals 1 over 4 times -2 times x minus h, which is -1 minus a -1, squared plus k, which is 4. So therefore this becomes -1 over 8 x plus 1 squared plus 4. This is our equation. So now we need to graph it. Thinking about -1/8, a good number to plug in for -1/8 x squared, right? This is a shortcut to graphing this. We already translated it. Is 8 would be nice, but let's pick 4 instead. If we picked 4, we knew 1/8 times 4 squared is -16 over 8, or -2. So from the vertex, we could go right 4 and down 2, left 4 and down 2, and there is our graph. For the next one, write an equation of a parabola with vertex 2, 10, and focus 2, 9.5. So a way to do that is to graph it again. So write 2 up 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then that's the vertex, and the focus is at 2, 9.5. So we know that it's a little bit below. So we know that the parabola opens down. This is the focus. And so the distance between the vertex to the focus is 1/2. And again, it's going down. So p equals -1/2. And now we can solve for this. We know that h is 2, k is 10, and this is a downward facing parabola, so y equals 1 over 4 times p times x minus h squared plus k. So this is y equals 1 over 4 times 1/2, -1/2, times x minus 2 squared plus 10. Half of -4 is 2, so -1/2 times x minus 2 squared plus 10 is the equation.